From the moment we are born, we carry the innate essence of humanity. Our hearts brim with endless cravings. We are wrapped in inherent vulnerability, and the road ahead is filled with unresolvable confusion. This is the original hue of life, and it also becomes our primal motivation to walk through the world. Throughout our long life journey, we constantly strive to cast off this unease, exhausting all our energy to control everything around us, chasing higher social status, accumulating endless wealth, craving fame admired by the masses, and clinging to power that can influence others. We place all our hopes in the future, stubbornly believing that if we possess and command enough external possessions, we can fill the emptiness in our hearts, dispel vulnerability and confusion, and find ultimate happiness and peace in the outside world. This beautiful longing for the future may sound reasonable at first glance, yet it turns into an invisible chain that traps us. The farther we wander on the path of external pursuit, the harder it is to satisfy our endless desires. Instead, we grow increasingly anxious amid gains and losses. To break free from this predicament and let go of the obsession with external control, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism may offer us an answer that has stood the test of thousands of years. Stoicism originated in ancient Greece and was later inherited and flourished in ancient Rome. It is a school of philosophy that still shines brightly after thousands of years of trials. Its uniqueness lies in its core ideas, transcending the boundaries of time and space, offering spiritual guidance to people in every era. Even today, the teachings and wisdom of Stoicism hold no less value than in the past. They are even more practically meaningful given the current social climate. In modern times, Stoicism has been widely revered. Visionary leaders such as George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Nelson Mandela integrated its principles into their lives and actions. Contemporary authors, including Tim Ferriss and Ryan Holiday, continuously write books to interpret its wisdom. In the internet age, Stoicism has gained a massive following, becoming a spiritual anchor for countless people battling anxiety. Stoicism's enduring influence is no accident. In this era of information overload and growing chaos, anxiety lingers everywhere. Human desires are constantly amplified, trapping us in a cycle where the more we have, the more we want. The core principles of Stoicism perfectly help us find inner calm amid turmoil, cultivate mindfulness of the present moment, and build resilience in the face of hardship. From a Stoic perspective, the real world we live in is an objective whole that cares nothing for human subjective wishes or personal opinions. We cannot pray away chaos, suffering, and uncertainty, nor force reality to bend to our will through brute force. Yet, this does not mean we are powerless victims of external circumstances. The core of Stoicism divides life clearly into two realms: the external world, everything outside our consciousness, including wealth, fame, status, others' opinions, and even unexpected misfortunes, all beyond our control. And our inner state of mind, the way we interpret, judge, and react to the outside world, a domain entirely our own and the only thing we can fully command. When we pin our hopes for happiness on external possessions or an uncertain future, we essentially surrender control of our joy. We grow dependent on things that never truly belong to us or lie beyond our power, oscillating between elation and unease over gains and losses, and eventually falling into endless dissatisfaction and pain. Stoicism never teaches people to withdraw from life or give up. It acknowledges the pursuit of a good life. We can and should chase things we find valuable and meaningful, keeping life proactive instead of idle and unfulfilling. The key, however, is to focus inward during the pursuit, not on external outcomes. Learn to draw joy from the journey itself and your own thoughts and actions, rather than tying happiness solely to final success or failure. No matter what we do, if we constantly crave rewards beyond the task itself, believing a favorable result matters more than the experience of focused effort, our dedication becomes meaningless. Pursuing wealth, fame, and power is neither right nor wrong in itself. These things are embellishments to life, not life itself. In the eyes of Stoics, if such blessings come naturally, we may enjoy them gracefully, but we must never rely on them as the sole source of happiness. For once we grow attached to external goods, our peace and contentment become fragile and fleeting. They can be taken away at any time or remain forever out of reach, leaving our inner selves without a foundation. True success is never measured by how much we own. It is the ability to stay calm even when we lose the comforts and possessions we once cherished for solace. Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius embodies this perfectly. He held supreme power in his era, able to attain any material comfort and glory in the world with ease. Yet he wrote in his works, "He who understands the essence of life knows a happy life needs almost no material adornment." Throughout his life, he held external goods in disdain, practiced self-discipline, and stayed true to his inner principles. This state of being is exactly what Stoicism aspires to. To cultivate inner resilience independent of external comforts, Stoicism offers a classic practice. Occasionally, let go of the small luxuries we rely on for comfort and step out of our comfort zones voluntarily. This is not self-suffering. It is to prove to ourselves that the things we deem indispensable are not essential to life. Even without them, we retain a strong inner self capable of sustaining a fulfilling life. Seneca, the renowned Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher, wrote in Letters from a Stoic, "Only when we begin to give things up do we realize most are unnecessary. We use them not because we need them, but merely because we have them." This quote lays bare humanity's common obsession. We are often imprisoned by what we own, confusing possession with necessity, and ultimately getting lost in material desires. Beyond detaching from material goods, Stoicism also emphasizes seizing time and embracing the present moment deeply. In his writings, Seneca explored how to gain meaningful experiences from life, and his words about time resonate powerfully. "I urge you to cherish what is truly yours and start early. As our ancestors said, it is too late to save wine when the cask is nearly empty." Time is our most precious and fleeting treasure. If we dwell on regrets of the past or fantasies of the future, we miss everything in the now. More importantly, if we fail to adjust our mindset and focus on the present, the world will forever appear blurry, and we will never truly perceive life's inherent beauty. In the eyes of Stoics, the ability to hold on to inner happiness no matter what happens around us is not innate. It comes from nurturing our minds and shifting our perspective. Stoicism teaches that nothing in life is inherently good or bad. A falling leaf, a storm, a gain or loss, all exist objectively. What shapes our feelings is our own judgment and interpretation of these events. As Seneca put it, "A wise man does not grow arrogant in fortune, nor despair in adversity." For true joy never comes from the outside world, but from within. Wise people rely on themselves, drawing all happiness from the fullness of their own hearts. Meanwhile, Stoicism reminds us that humans are tiny specks in nature, a small part of the vast universe. Everything that happens to us holds meaning and necessity in the grand order of existence. We need not complain about what we cannot control. Instead, we must learn to accept all that befalls us with calmness. Devote all your energy to what you can command, your reactions to the world, your words, choices, and actions. Live with sincerity, humility, and virtue. Give your all to what you can do, and gracefully accept all outcomes, good or bad. Only then can we break free from worldly chaos, find lasting peace and happiness within ourselves, and truly live in the moment. Admittedly, practicing Stoicism is far from easy. In fact, living fully by Stoic principles is nearly impossible. Humans are emotional beings. No one can be free of desires forever, nor stay unaffected by hardship forever. Yet, this is not a flaw of Stoicism. On the contrary, its power lies not in turning us into perfect saints, but in setting a noble goal for wisdom and offering eternal spiritual guidance. In our darkest hours, when anxiety and confusion overwhelm us, Stoicism gives us a direction to strive for, reminding us always to safeguard our inner order. Today, we face unprecedented spiritual struggles. Endless, fragmented information fills our screens. Chaos and anxiety are everywhere. Societal standards of success pressure us to live and achieve in rigid ways. We constantly compare ourselves to others, craving validation and wasting countless hours and energy in the process. Our inner selves grow fragile, and true peace and happiness become harder to find. Stoicism is the key to overcoming this modern crisis. From birth, we rush through life, often running blindly forward without pausing to savor the present moment. We grow dissatisfied with our current lives, endlessly dreaming of the future, convinced that more possessions or different circumstances will bring happiness. Societal norms reinforce this obsession, making us believe joy only comes from achievement, abundance, and a perfect, trouble-free life. This false hope traps us in a vicious cycle. The more we chase, the unhappier we become. The unhappier we are, the harder we chase. To surrender to this obsession is to abandon our lives and lose our true selves. Seneca once said, "We should not follow the herd like sheep, drifting aimlessly and forgetting where we truly belong." From a Stoic, broader perspective on life, most of the things we spend our lives chasing are trivial and meaningless. We cannot control what happens to us, how others see or treat us, or the consequences of our actions. From the vast cosmic view and the long journey of life, these things hold little importance at all. What defines our lives is never external possessions, but our inner hearts. Our measure of happiness should not be what we own, what we achieve, what others think of us, or empty notions of life vision. The answer to happiness lies in how we reflect on ourselves, how we understand life, and how we live authentically with virtue and purpose. Stoicism has endured for thousands of years, offering not rigid rules, but timeless wisdom and inner cultivation. It teaches us that we can break free from external constraints, accept the indifferent reality of the world calmly, and live with gentle resolve amid chaos. Reclaim control of your own happiness. With a Stoic heart, guard your inner order and find your own peace and joy, no matter how turbulent the world grows. This is the most precious gift Stoicism has given humanity.